What is up, everybody? Cameron, Audi C7 owners, and we are on the road. We are on the way, and I say we, I mean me. But anyways, I am on the way to EuroTripper's Alpine Volks Fair in Helen, Georgia, the home of what everyone knows of SOWO, Southern Worthersea, then became the So What Get Together unofficially, and now for the past few years it's officially been another, I use the term show lightly because the organizers are doing it differently to make sure that we keep things in control in Helen, because they definitely got out of control circa 2014 and those later years of the SOWO events. But these guys from EuroTripper know what they're doing. They're a great group of people, and this has been doing really well. Instead of just people flooding the town for 5 days, just overwhelming Helen and their resources, they basically have it to where the days leading up to Saturday, there's a bunch of pre-meets, and they're specific. So there's a Mark 1 pre-meet, there's an Audi pre-meet, there's a bunch of those different ones. And at those pre-meets, certain cars are selected for the Saturday show that's in Helen. So not everyone can drive their cars, buy a spot and drive their cars onto the show field and get judged there. So everyone goes to these pre-meets. So if you want to go and be selected, you take your car, you go to the pre-meet for your specific car, and then people there will look at cars there and they give you a Mutts Nuts sticker, and that's what gets you onto the show field. You get to set up before everybody goes in. Show field opens to spectators at 11 a.m. You got to walk in, and then judging for best of show and things like that happens on Saturday. And I think that's a really awesome way to keep things calm in Helen. It's awesome. I like that a lot. It keeps a lot of unnecessary traffic out of Helen that doesn't need to be there. But still, it's going to be a lot of cars, good time. I love the city of Helen. If you've never been there, it's a German-themed town in the Georgia mountains. There's lots of awesome roads to drive around, lots of things to do. The town itself is just, it's amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous. The people are so nice. I've gone there for quite a few shows, and I am excited to be going back this year. Gonna hopefully get to meet a bunch of really awesome C7 owners. I know my boy Quinn is gonna be there. If you guys follow him on Instagram, Fatboy Quinn, he's got a S6 now, got rid of that 2OT A6. I bet he's happy about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hunt down all the C7s I can find and their owners and try and talk to them and film their cars and let them talk about their cars a little bit, as well as get some videos of the coverage of the Alpine Volks Fair event itself. I'm also going to be sharing a cabin with the boys from Merc Racing, and so I get to hang out with Jose and his son again, which is always a good time. But yeah, I'm going to grab some snacks for the road and head out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage video. Oh, by the way, got the car back, runs great. Shout out to Alda Motorsport for swapping my ZF8 transmission in 2 days time and getting me back on the road just in time to go to Helen, because they're going to the show as well. They left this morning, so they scrambled to get this done, and I am so appreciative of it. Thank you guys. If you're in the Wilmington, North Carolina area and need work done on your car, Alda Motorsport, talk to Lance. Him and Kane will get you taken care of. Enjoy the video. Hey, shout out to Soul's Auto Service here. I think I'm technically in Leland still, maybe a little bit outside of it, but they're off 7476 outside of Wilmington. As I got on the road and finally got up to speed, I could hear this flapping going on, and I could tell that it was one of my side underbody panelings. If you don't know, running down the length of the side of your car on these things, you got covering all the way down. Those cover up fuel lines and a bunch of other stuff. So you don't want to run without protection there, and I could hear one of them flapping like crazy when I got up to about 70 miles an hour. So I just saw these guys in the garage, the doors were open, I pulled over and I said, hey, here's what's going on. They immediately threw me on the lift, got it up, fixed it, sent me on my way without charging me a dime. So big thank you to those guys. I doubt they'll ever see this video, but in case anybody knows them or they see it, thank you. Back on the road now. I'm sure you guys can hear that. That is the sound of my Colchuga front skid plate bouncing off the ground. I was driving down the interstate on my way here to Helen, and all of a sudden that thing started clanging around like crazy, and I have to drive 50 miles an hour to keep it from hitting the ground. It's the front of it. For whatever reason, some bolts came out and it is just bouncing up and down. I don't know if maybe it didn't get installed all the way correctly, or I don't know. I'm not blaming Aldub or anything. It was probably a bolt broke or something, but I gotta exit up here in about a mile, and I'm hoping I can find a garage number 2 for the road trip to put it up on the lift and just take the thing off so I can get back on the road. Pretty disappointed about this. So yeah, let me see if I can get that sound to happen again. Hopefully it doesn't shear off. And slow back down here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go do pit stop number 2 now. All right, so luckily I found a shop. And guys, I'm in the middle of nowhere, South Carolina. I found a place called TNS Performance here, and I think I'm in Camden, South Carolina. I mean, I'm talking nowhere. And luckily this shop was only about 3.5 miles off of I-95. And pull in here and got hazed by the guys that work here a little bit for driving foreign. And they're like, we don't work on those. I said, man, if you got a jack and a 13mm socket, I will do the rest. And they were nice enough to even give me a blanket to lay down while I crawled under the car. Sure enough, the front bolts off my Colchuga skid plate came off. I think I maybe just hit a bump too hard or something on I-20. Nothing good ever happens on I-20 in South Carolina, and that front end came down. Doesn't look like the skid plate's bent up or anything, so I should be able to repair it once I get back under the car and have some time to mess with it. But back on the road again. Pit stop number 2 is done, so here we go. Onward to Helen. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Helen, Georgia. C7 owners, and we are out here at the Audi pre-meet here for Alpine Volks Fair in Helen, Georgia. Right now we are at Tantrum Brewing, which is right outside of Helen, Georgia, and everybody is rolling into the brewery right now. We started about an hour ago, and this place is going out fast, and there are a lot of gorgeous cars here. So I'm going to walk around, I'm going to show you some of the really nice cars that are showing up here today, and then after that I'm going to be installing the Ken Auto Performance high kick rear trunk spoiler. I'm going to do that right here at the meet. No better time than the present. Get that done and have a couple beers and enjoy the day. This is where they're going to choose some cars to go to the actual show field tomorrow, so that'll be pretty cool. I'm interested to see who gets chosen for that, because there's some really nice Audis in this meet. So we're going to walk around, take a look, I'll show you what I see, and hope you guys enjoy. All right, so we caught up with our first C7 owner at the Audi pre-meet. We met up with Dustin Geis, and he's got a gorgeous C7, and he brought it out here. I was hoping to meet up with some more C7s, but not many came to the Audi pre-meet, unfortunately. And the ones that did come, I missed because me and Jose were drinking at the bar. So I'm gonna turn this around, and I'm going to let Dustin tell you about his car, and hope you guys enjoy it. All right, Dustin, tell me about it.
Thanks, man. So this is my 2012 Audi A6. I've had it for 4 or 5 years now. Started mods pretty quick. First thing I did was the bags. Airlift and D2 suspension, airlift management, D2 bags around. It's dual pulley, E40 car. Send exhaust for now, test pipes. Some carbon bits, Maxton bits all around. A little bit of interior things, nothing crazy. I like the white touches, so I did some white stitching for the floor mats and the steering wheel. Car's got 155,000 miles on it, so she's been around, but it's an absolute blast. Can't picture myself getting rid of it. It's everything good about a car.
I hear you, man.
Looks good, fast.
Any future plans for it?
More power.
More power.
Work racing to get some things out, and we'll go from there. I'm holding off power mods until I see big power mods coming out.
Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Fancy boy and fast.
Well, I hear you, dude. Well, Dustin, it's a beautiful car. I'm glad I got to see it in person finally. So, yeah, well, excellent, and we'll see you around the show.
Yeah.
All right, guys, Cameron, once again out here at Alpine Volks Fair, and I'm here with Shimon.
Hey, how you doing?
And we're gonna talk about his C7 A7, bagged over here looking absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna turn it over to him, let him tell you about his car. So here, how about you step out in front of your car and tell us about it? I wanna get you on camera. All right, Shimon, talk to me.
Well, it's a 2012 Audi A7 with 3.0 T motor. I have 20 by 11 and a half Verada FR2 wheels on 265/30 20s. These are the widest wheels that can fit on this car. And of course, it's bagged.
Yeah. What bag system do you have on?
Airlift 3P.
All right.
Management. Slam series.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry, performance series.
Okay.
I have a engine intake underneath, and it's tuned with Unitronic Stage 1 Plus tune. Eventually, I'm gonna work on getting into Stage 2, which I may switch tuning companies.
He's been hanging out with me and Jose a little bit.
I'm also running AWE from downpipes all the way back.
All right.
Touring exhaust.
The best one, man. That sounds. The touring sounds just so sick.
And it's quiet until I get on it, and that's what I wanted.
Oh, that means you still have catalytic converters.
Yes. Yeah,
That'll change.
I didn't want to change it that quick.
Well, we got a video about that too. All right, Shimon. Well, thanks for talking to me about your car, and enjoy the show, man. Enjoy Helen.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Beautiful. Got it, all right. All right, I'm out here with Coy, and I've got his C7 A6 out here. I just caught him before he was leaving this meet, so I'm gonna let him tell you about his C7. So, all right, Coy, fire away, man. What you got done to it?
Hey, what's going on, fam? It's basically stage 2 IE, E40, 40 blower, IE intake, Porsche making, brake upgrade.
I saw those. Those look nice.
Yeah, I got the JHM baffles, downpipes, high flow caps, CTS test pipes. What else? I got.
What exhaust do you have?
MagnaFlow.
MagnaFlow? All right, I was hearing that. That sounded good.
Yeah, I also got the carbon fiber ready diffuser. I didn't get to put that on just yet.
Gotcha.
I ran out of time before it was coming.
Yeah.
That's basically what's done to the car.
What you got for future plans?
I don't know yet. I've been toying with some things. I was looking at maybe doing the VAT swap.
Won't be disappointed, that's for sure.
I'm looking at a body kit. I'm gonna do a wide body kit to get different wheels. Everybody likes these wheels except for me. I don't really like these wheels. Everybody like, you don't like them? Like,
they're unique. I've never seen them before.
They're aftermarket. I got them, but I want something with some more bling on them.
Gotcha.
Because with a dark car, dark wheels, I just don't like that.
Kind of gets muted a little bit, right? Yeah.
And then my brake calipers, I'm gonna paint those yellow. Well, I was gonna paint them yellow, but I think I'm gonna do them gold to match my supercharger. I painted that gold. It ain't pretty underneath there, but it's okay. it still works. Oh, and I got water map going on soon too.
Okay.
Merc heat exchanger.
Yep.
Kind of dirty.
Jose's sitting over there. They got Owensmark Racing. He's right over there talking to those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of dirty because the house we stand in is up in the hills. But
now, do you have the divorced set up? Because I see the gas.
Yeah. The gas.
Congratulations. Yep.
Set up for the intercooler. I had a 207 pulley on there, but I switched it out for the 196 and 50 something millimeter, I think it was.
Gotcha.
High pressure fuel pump. Ethanol sensor with Bluetooth refueling.
All right. Nice, man. You got quite a bit more done than you let on at first.
Just a little bit. Carbon fiber. I mean, well, not real carbon fiber, but a real eBay special.
There you go. I hear you. Well, still, man, you got a lot of work done to it. It looks great.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I did the upgraded tail lights too, from the normal C7 A6.
Okay, you got the facelift style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do the headlights as well. Because I like the strips, the LED strips instead of the bubbles.
I hear you.
Oh yeah, and I want to do air rides soon too. That's coming.
Awesome, man. Well, you got a lot of work done to it. You got a lot planned for it, man. So I can't wait to see how it progresses.
Oh, it's gonna come. It's going.
All right, dude. Well, cool. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have a good time at the show.
All right.
All right, guys, I'm here with Quinn. I've known Quinn for a long time. He started off with a 2OT C7 A6, and actually, you hold the record for the fastest 2OT A6, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so you guys might know him, especially if you drive a 2OT. You guys are extremely underrepresented, but he got an upgrade. And so Quinn's going to talk to us about his C7.5 S6. So, all right, hit us with it, Quinn. What you got going on here, man?
All right, so the mic can hear me good right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. So 2016 S6. Got it for it still. It came tuned like APR, so I was running APR on it for a while. I recently just switched over to DS1. We're running the stage 4 file on the SRM plus 4mm hybrid RS7 turbos. Somewhere between 600, 650 wheel. Well, I haven't dynoed it, but bolt-on wise. All right. So as you can see, the paint is Daytona gray. We're dealing with paint issues right now on this custom hood we did. It's pretty cool, but we'll get there. I want to show you how it was like actually.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Really in there, like that was actually made. This is a stock S6 hood. This is not an aftermarket hood. We just cut into it, made it work.
It's not like these engines get hot or anything, right?
Oh God. So yeah, we got the turbos. We're running Vargas shorty intakes, and we made them to some resonator piping actually, and some K&N filters. Same diameter as everybody else's intakes. I just didn't want to pay $1,000 for one, so we made it. We will be putting in a heat exchanger in soon, hopefully. That's the goal. Interior, it has the sport package, so the sport seats, carbon fiber inlays all around.
Gotcha.
I don't have the flat bottom steering wheel, which was, I wish I had that. Those look really cool.
You can swap that out.
Yeah, we can swap that. But,
what about your DSG tune?
Oh yes, so I'm doing custom tuning ECU with Mabo Tech, Frank Mabo, and then TCU is with Mirza from Boosted Euro. All
right.
So they both had hands in the car so far. And right now, I think it's the fastest S6 in Atlanta. There is one other guy who has big turbos on his S6, but my turbos are bigger, so we'll race soon and find out.
Now, what's your fastest quarter mile time so far?
Okay, so my last quarter mile time was 11:06, but we had just put the turbos on, like, I think it was within a week.
Yep.
Car wasn't sorted, basically no tune, and we had a couple issues I didn't know until after the race.
Yep.
So she actually feels a lot faster and smoother than she did before.
Yep.
My tuner told me, Frank told me that I was pulling timing after 5,000 RPMs.
Gotcha.
The car goes to that, it's max boost at 5,000 RPM.
Yeah.
So we weren't hitting target boost at that race, and I was still able to get 11:06.
Yep.
Now we are. So I can probably say, we'll find out next month, but I'm hoping to run like a 10.7.
Awesome.
Bare minimum bolt-ons. We do have downpipes, but no cooling mods right now. Just seeing what she can do. It's hot out here though. So
Yeah,
we'll
it
see
is
what
hot.
happens.
So Quinn has made the poor life decision to allow me to drive his car. So I'm about to hand the camera over to him, and we're gonna hop in here, get out of town, and open it up a little bit, and you guys will get to see my reaction. So I'm pretty excited about this. I told him last night when he offered, I was like, I don't think you know what you're what you're offering up here. So we're gonna go for a ride and see how she does.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right. So Quinn's gonna let me launch his car against his better judgment. Let's see what it'll do. The look on that dude's face just now. God, man, it throws you in your seat, and like you can feel that power, you can feel all that stuff, but at the same time it's smooth, it's linear, and it just doesn't stop. Like it's refined, but it's I don't want to use the word violent, but it's there, it's constant, but it feels good at the same time, man. It feels planted. You know, that's
It's probably the safest 600 horsepower car.
it's crazy, man. Yeah, like it's just, yeah, it's not like anything I've really ever driven before, and I mean, it's definitely smoother than my A6. Now, granted, like I've got my drivetrain completely stiffened across the board, but still, though, for that amount of power planted like that, it's just a blast, man. It just puts a smile on your face for sure.
You're the second person to drive this car.
Oh, I feel very privileged, man. I'm gonna put in a manual and just see what it feels like in manual here. That felt more violent than keeping it in sport mode. The manual, being able to do that, because I almost felt the rear end kick out a little bit when we were in that turn, and I hit it into second.
Whoa.
That's fun.
You feel how the car like does this a little bit?
Yeah, I felt like that. It wanted to move to the right. It felt like torque steer.
I like torque steer.
Yeah.
I've been telling people like you don't get torque steer in your all-wheel drive car, bro. I got that much power.
You know, maybe it might not be torque steer, but that's what it reminds me of. You know, from other cars I've driven. But dude, it is a blast. Like I told you the first time we did this, like that's an itch that I have now that will not be satiated until I get into a 4OT. I'm not done with a 3OT yet by any means, but that is fun, man. Well, dude, thank you for letting me drive this car.
Of course. She's not done yet, so whenever she is done, we'll find each other.
We'll do it again, absolutely. Yeah, we're not too far away by any means.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Alright guys, I am on my way out of Helen. What an amazing weekend. This event was just fantastic. I've been coming to Helen, Georgia for shows for, I think now 8 or 9 years. I did Southern Worthersea. I went to an unofficial get-together there. We called it the So What get-together, and now here for Alpine Volks Fair. And this is by far the best event I've attended in Helen. So major shout out to EuroTripper and all of the people and sponsors that made this weekend happen. I know that was a lot of work, especially a lot of work convincing the city of Helen to let us do another show there after Southern Worthersea just became over the top. So it was completely worth it. The caliber of cars at this event was just insane. There was just so many extremely well done cars. So yeah, it was great. Helen is a really special city for me. I've been, obviously the German themed town and the mountains of Georgia is just beautiful. There's lots of really awesome roads. But for me, I get to see people that I have met in the Volkswagen Audi community since I started modding Volkswagens back in like 2003, which I got my start in Central Florida. I lived in Daytona, and the people that kind of brought me up in modding Volkswagens were based out of Central Florida, and I got to see them this weekend. I got to see people I hadn't seen since 2006, and so that was really special to me. And then of course the guys from my local current town, Wilmington, North Carolina, they were all out there, so I got to see them. But what was really special for me this year, this is the first year I've gone to a really big show since starting the YouTube channel, and I never in a million years thought this would ever happen, but there was a lot of times walking down the street, crowded streets of this town, and I have my C7 shirt on, and someone would stop me and be like, "Hey, you're Cameron from Audi C7 Owners." And guys, I can't tell you how special that is to me. It just blows my mind. I met a good amount of you guys that, you stopped me and talked to me about your cars, and a lot of you weren't even people that drive C7s, which, so that means a lot, and I want to thank you all for that. But yeah, this was just a fantastic weekend. I shared a cabin with Jose from Merc Racing, and it's always a good time hanging out with him, and got to talk about a lot of fun and exciting stuff that he'll be doing. Got to see a bunch of C7 guys, got to see my boy Quinn, as you saw, got to drive his car. So this weekend was just amazing. If you have the ability to drive to Helen for Alpine Volks Fair next year, you really need to come. It is absolutely worth it. There are people that came from Canada, so if you live in the States, what's your excuse for not coming? But anyways, I'm on the way home. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.